Welcome to the Dr. Ashley Show. I'm Dr. Ashley, and today we're going to be talking about 7 foods that will help you burn fat and build muscle, especially if you're over the age of 45. Sometimes that task feels impossible, but it doesn't have to. So today we're going to dive into these foods to help you get on track and stay on track. By the way, if you've not watched one of my videos or listened to one of my podcasts, I'm Dr. Ashley. I'm the owner and founder of PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition, where we have served over 10,500 people nationwide and have helped them collectively drop more than 466,000 pounds. My goal with this channel is to help you get the information you need to drop the weight and actually keep it off for good. So let's dive in. Now, first I want to explain why your body changes after 45. Muscle mass naturally starts to decline due to age and hormonal shifts, specifically after the age of 30. I know, oh my gosh, so young. And we start to gradually lose about 1 to 2% of our muscle mass per year if we're not lifting weights or doing any type of strength training. So that just goes to show you how important it is to do some kind of muscle overload. After the age of 50, the decline accelerates to up to 3 to 5% per year of muscle loss, especially without intervention. And by intervention, I mean without lifting weights, doing something in regards to strength training, and eating high quality, adequate protein every day. By the age of 60 to 70, adults may have lost up to 30 to 50% of their peak muscle mass, impacting their strength, metabolism, and mobility. When we age, we reduce our estrogen and testosterone levels just naturally. Therefore, it's harder to maintain muscle. It's easier to gain fat. And generally, the majority of the American population, at least, is insulin resistant. And that makes everything even more difficult and makes nutrition so important, you guys. So the fix is to prioritize foods that support muscle retention, help to maintain your blood sugar, and to support hormonal balance. So let's dive in. My number one food to support your muscle mass and help you burn fat are eggs. I love eggs. Do you love eggs? I hope you do. They are just the perfect package that comes from nature. And you want to make sure when you do eat these eggs, you eat the white and the yolk, because the yolk is actually where you get all of your vitamins and minerals, choline, which is helpful for brain health, healthy fats, B vitamins. So make sure when you eat that egg, you eat the whole darn egg and don't throw away the yolk. When I eat eggs, I love to eat them with ground beef and salsa on top of them. But you can eat them in all different ways: poached, frittatas, cheese omelets, however you like your eggs. You could even add, I don't know if this sounds crazy, but a raw egg from a good source into your smoothie and make it taste kind of custardy and creamy. All right, food number 2 is wild-caught salmon. I like salmon because it's high in omega-3s. It obviously has good quality protein. We know that omega-3s reduce inflammation, help to support muscle protein synthesis, improves insulin sensitivity, helps to burn fat for fuel. So if you're open to it, get that salmon in maybe twice a week if you can. Now, if you think you've been eating healthy, and I hear this a lot with folks coming into PhD weight loss, they're like, I'm eating everything that's healthy. I don't understand why I'm still struggling. This makes me think of a story of an OB-gynecologist who came in and was really struggling with her weight. She had about 30 pounds to drop and she could not figure it out. She ate at lean cuisine and low fat, fat-free. She was on the Peloton all the time. I had so much fun helping her drop 30 pounds. It just blew her mind that she could actually eat healthy fats and that some of the food she was consuming actually did not serve her. Now, sometimes the way that you're eating will serve your neighbor, will serve your husband or your wife or your spouse, but doesn't serve you, and it's very tricky. Weight loss is pretty complicated. So if you think it would be helpful to get an outside perspective, then you should check out my phdweightloss.com, or just if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description and you can learn more that way. But it's super fun, super exciting, and actually feels good in the process of dropping weight. Okay, number 3, the third food that I really love is Greek yogurt. Now, I urge you to look at full fat or low fat plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Those are my favorites. Now, I do not suggest that you choose fat-free yogurt. And one of the reasons why is because I think anything that comes from nature, we should consume in its natural form. Like it was made for a specific reason in that way. And I can't think of many examples where we go in and process something and make it actually better, like breast milk, for example. It's not better as formula. Margarine, for example, is not better than butter. Usually the natural form is the best. Like someone knows what they're doing. So fat-free yogurt, I don't like it. It's processed. It removes the natural fat that ultimately was supposed to come with it. So I'm okay with low fat. I don't love it. My favorite is full fat for that reason. I like full fat or kind of like low fat plain Greek yogurt because it gives you so much more protein, like 3 times as much protein than the Noosa brand or some of Siggy's or Yoplait, all of these yogurts. Actually, if you want to know my favorite yogurts and why, you should check out the video that I have done on YouTube specifically on ranking the top 10 yogurts. So if you are listening to this on a podcast platform, come on over to YouTube, check it out. If you're watching this on YouTube, then click the link in the description and you can learn all about my favorite yogurts. In general, I like them because they're also rich in probiotics. They're easy to get down. If you're not very hungry, you still can consume a good amount of protein. And then I like to add chia seeds. I like to add berries to it, maybe some other nuts and seeds if I'm feeling like it. I also like to add a scoop of collagen or maybe a whey protein powder to increase the protein content even more. So that is definitely a win of a food group. Number 4 is bison or grass-fed beef. Beef has gotten such a bad rap, and I'm sad for it because beef, again, in its natural form is actually really good for us. The research around beef saying that it causes heart disease or high cholesterol is all really bogus. It's poor nutritional science. So you don't have to worry about that. It's great because it's high in iron and zinc. It's high in B12. It's a high quality protein source and it really supports fat burn and muscle maintenance. It helps to preserve lean muscle during fat loss. It supports thyroid function. And if you can get grass-fed varieties, it's actually lower in inflammatory type of fat than conventional beef, but even conventional beef is healthy for you.
Hey guys, quick interruption to the show to remind you about GlucoCut Plus, my latest supplement designed specifically for weight loss and maintenance. You know, weight loss can stress your body, it affects your thyroid, muscle mass, and metabolism. GlucoCut Plus is packed with patented ingredients to regulate your blood sugar for longer lasting energy, enhance fat burning, and support lean muscle and your thyroid health. We only use top quality ingredients and it's super effective. It's like this all-in-one for metabolic support. Visit dr.ashleywellness.com, use code ASHLEY10 for 10% off your first purchase, or receive 20% off your first subscription order with free shipping. Plus, enjoy a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, back to the show.
Number 5 is cottage cheese. I like cottage cheese, again, full fat or low fat for the same reasons around yogurt. It's very nutritionally dense, and for people who don't love meat, it's just a good source and a good way of getting in quality protein. It's higher in casein protein, which is slowly digested. It's ideal before bed. If you do need a snack before bed, it could be a good option, could help with sleep. It supports overnight muscle repair, and you could add cinnamon, you could add turmeric to it, you could add pumpkin seeds. If you add cinnamon, that can be helpful for blood sugar. Tastes good. You could have a few drops of stevia in there to make it sweet if you like that. Number 6 is organ meats like liver or heart. Organ meats are so good for your body. They're so high in bioavailable nutrients like iron, vitamin A, B12, CoQ10, which helps to support heart health. All the organ meats and all of the vitamins and minerals found in it help to support hormone production, energy metabolism, immune function. It's like a little multivitamin. It's a perfect package again, just like this egg that comes from nature, so is our organ meats. If you don't love organ meats, I don't either, you can get different varieties of ground meat where they blend in like liver and heart. Ancestral Blend is an example of one that you can buy from the grocery store. What I've done before, and you kind of have to have a little bit of a strong stomach, but I've gotten liver and then I stick it in a NutriBullet and I puree it. And then I add it to my ground beef and I make patties into it and make hamburger patties. And the kids have no idea that there's all the organ meats in there. So that's an option that you could do if you don't love it. You could also add it into stews. There's also a seasoning brand that I did an interview with on this show called Pluck, Pluck, and it's actually very tasty. And you can get different flavors of the seasoning and add it into your meals and your dishes. And then the last food, number 7, is sardines. Wild caught with bones and skin in there is the best, most nutrient-dense form of sardines that you can get. They're packed with omega-3s. They've got calcium and protein in them. They're the variety of fish that have the lowest amount of mercury, which is great. Supports bone health, reduces inflammation, enhances insulin sensitivity, good for your skin. Now, you can eat it straight from the can. You can mix it into salads. You can take those sardines and mix it in with mayo. My favorite brand of mayo is Primal Kitchen. And you can do it like you would do with tuna or canned salmon. Really, really great for you. All right, so how you want to use these foods is you want to build them into your meal to allow for about 30 to 40 grams of protein, depending on your body size, gender, and your goals, but that's a good generalized guideline. You want to make sure you're including healthy fats and fiber to keep you full and to help maintain blood sugar. And then you want to eat consistently throughout the day. So you want to have your breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner if you can. And then, of course, you have to overload the muscles to be able to synthesize more muscle. So you can be eating all of these high protein foods, which is great, but it's not going to do a lot for your muscles if you're not also overloading them through resistance training, resistance band, strength training, something like that to utilize the protein that you're consuming in an effective and efficient way. All right, you guys, there you have it. My 7 favorite foods to help you burn fat and support maintaining muscle in the process. I hope you got a lot of value from this. If you are listening to this on a podcast platform, please leave your feedback, leave your review. And if you are watching this on YouTube, same thing. Drop a comment below. I want to hear, what of these foods are you going to incorporate? What is your favorite high quality protein food? And if you got a recipe, drop it down below because we can all learn from each other. Remember, you've got to step up to make the change. Lead with your heart, train your mind, and do not negotiate with your body. I'll see you next time.